Welcome back to the stream. I'm just going in playing all the Obsidian games today. I'm just checking out what games people recommend. I did finish Avowed today. Wow. So I want to see what this game is about because I did love Avowed, and this seems to be where the game series began. And that's already Audra. I already recognize that. Okay. It requires minimal micromanagement and easily forgives mistakes in combat. So return to real-time party-based RPGs. Real-time. So this is an RTS game? I've never played. I'll do normal. Sure, I could figure it out. Area map.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course.
Okay.
A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Okay. Okay. Place of men in society varies from culture to culture. Cultures like a deer and the drywood place him at the forefront of military, politics, and heavy labor. Among the tribes, the Nasdaq men perform many of the homesteading and organizational duties in Ear and mixed middle. Men and women have more fluid social roles in all societies that are exceptions to the rule and many. A woman's role is large depending on where she is from. In the Adir Empire of Belayan Republics and Drywood, women occupy many domestic, educational, and organizational roles. They're the primary hunters, soldiers, and leaders of the tribes in West In the Grand Infante and mixed middle, women and men have more fluid social roles in all societies. There are exceptions to the rule, and women can be found in a wide variety of stations and occupations. Okay, well, in New Vegas, was a woman. So that's the humans, commonly called folk, are most common race in Direwood and the Adir Empire, Old Vega, and republics, though not as large as the towering Almau. Humans are known for their strength and that what Kai was? The mighty Almau are the largest of the Kith races and are commonly found in or near oceans. Though not truly aquatic, they have an affinity for water, and many other civilizations, such as Roatai, are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength. So that is what Kai was. Dang, that's a lot shorter. By virtue of land covered and number of colonies settled, dwarves are the most well-traveled race in the world. They are commonly found in Direwood and Valayan republics, and almost any colonized land. Dwarves are known for their great strength and tenacity, but they're slow. Okay. Elf. I don't think we saw any elves. Elves are the dominant race in the Ear Glanfath and the White that wins, and are extremely common in the Direwood and the Deer. Elves are known for their speed and intelligence, as well as commonly isolationist nature. Orlin. Orlins are the smallest of the Kith races, though many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Also notable for their large ears, two-toned skin, and hirsute bodies, Orlins are commonly found in the Irigaland Path, the Ixmiddle Plains, and parts of Direwood. They are also known for their mental intensity and sharp senses. Okay. I remember there was a thing. Don't mistake me for that. And godlike. Man, the godlike looks so much better. The godlike are children of the Kith civilized races who have been blessed with physical aspects associated with their gods. Though some do not consider it a blessing, the aspects may take many forms and often come with mystical powers. Apparent heads and shapes typical and godlike are unable to wear protective headgear, as it is near impossible to find anything that fits. Because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce, godlikes are often viewed with fear and wonder. So human has resolve and might. Seems like dwarfs probably have the best, or Orlins. Dexterity and intellect. Wow, okay. So there's a lot here. Death godlike are the most distrusted of their kind. Strange growths cover their eyes, or in some cases entire face, giving them sinister appearance. The growths are transparent with the godlike, but opaque from the outside. Hiding their features, death godlikes are commonly killed at birth because many cultures consider them harbingers of doom. Death usher. When death godlike attack an enemy with 25% less endurance, their damage is decreased. Oh my gosh. The bodies of fire godlike often resemble hot metal, burnt wood, or stone, with harmless flames that erupt from the cracks in their skin. Fire godlike and objects are both reverence and fear in the dead fire. Many locals believe they have the power to awaken volcanoes. In the Direwood, fire godlike are often seen as a sign of blessing. Goddess of war and fire. Battlefield reduced below endurance. Fire godlike below okay, moon lilac is the most tolerated of godlike, while their skin tone and large moon-like growth on their foreheads may be strange to some. Their appearance is generally considered more palatable by the Kith. Sailors have many beliefs about moon godlike and their propensity to bring good luck, though there is little agreement as to what kind of luck they bring. Moon good like giant waves of feeling. Nature godlike appear to be a fusion of human and animal features, often covered by plants, moss, and fungi. This has led to the common stigma that they are diseased, and many are killed at birth because of it. Many druidic orders have a keen interest in nature godlikes because of their general curiosity as to how souls occupy animals, plants, and stones. Interesting. Wow. Okay, Meadowfolk, the most common humans of Direwood. The Meadowfolk are there and have lived in that area for almost 2,000 years. Meadowfolk traditionally live at the edges of elven forest, working to open plains, hence their name. The most humans in Direwood are Tyratan. Okay, once per encounter, 5 seconds after being reduced. Okay, gain bonuses at accuracy. Ocean folk, Calbandra, originated near the equator on the other side of the globe and are currently the most widespread human group in the region. but they have also migrated to the far reaches of the world. Ocean folk are the dominant culture in the Vailian republics and are also common in Direwood. Okay. Savannah folk, Natlan. Is something changing? Oh, their skin color. Come originally from the south, just at the equator, and with the exception of some groups that migrated north, have remained in the same location for over 10,000 years. The name Natlan literally means original. While quite common in the Reed Saris savanna folk, are not usually seen in Direwood and the Vailian. Okay. Viewed as warlike race, the coastal Amau live in the mainland region along the coast of the northern hemisphere, lands they conquered by pushing Tirtan, Natlan, and Orlan communities out. Their culture is more centralized and urban than those island cousins, though both groups are involved in seafaring. Coastal Amau are very rare in Direwood, but those that do make the journey usually do as mercenaries, bodyguards, or soldiers. Stun effects, okay? Island Amau originated in the Deadfire Archipelago 1,000 miles south of the Vailian Republics. While physiologically similar to their coastal cousins, the collaboration of Island Amau is starkly different. Brown and yellow, contrasting to coastal's blue and green, though still uncommon in Direwood and surrounding environments. Island Amau are more commonly encountered there, when coastal Amau are quite rare. When encountered around Direwood, they often laborers, fishermen, and sailors. Oh, armed to the teeth. Whoops. Okay. Mountain dwarves Uptapo originated on the continent to the east of Direwood and have spread through the area several times. Unlike the similarly diminutive Orlans, who are frequently subjugated, the Uptapo have always directly fought back threats posed by larger kith and opted to fortify their residences rather than move on. Mountain dwarves are common in Vailian republics, but not seen as often as Direwood. Serious. Bonus to defend against poison and diseases, okay? Most boreal dwarves live in the remote southern island of Nasitak, where they share the rocky tundra and snow-covered forests with migratory pale elves on the coast-hugging ships of Amau. Like their northern cousins, and Tunic share an instinctive love of exploration. Boreal dwarves are somewhat common in Vailian republics, but seldom encountered in the Direwood. 50% accuracy. Wood elves, Skelt folk, trace their beginnings far north of present-day Adir and have migrated south throughout the forests on the continent, now covering it all the way south across the equator. They are also believed to have migrated across the sea to Ear Glenfath. While physiologically identical to one another, wood elves from Adir are culturally different from those in Ear Glenfath and considered themselves wholly different groups. Okay, it is unclear how long ago the Pale Elves Glamfelin came to the southern polar regions of the world, but they have lived there for at least 12,000 years based on the continuous contact with Amau traders. They appear to be among the most stationary ethnic groups in the known world, migrating within the polar region but seldom venturing far north. They are rare in all northern lands, and most people consider them exotic if they have seen one at all. So they have burn and freeze. Last one is Orlan. Hearth Orlans are often found as slaves in Red Saris and Vailian republics. One of the treaty terms between the Direwood and the people of Iron Glenfath was the liberation of Orlan slaves, and while this has been honored, many Hearth Orlans continue to live in the Direwood as indentured servants. Minor threat. When attacking any target, this is being targeted by a teammate. Hearth Orlans convert some of their hits into crits. Okay. Wild Orlans are the original Orlans who lived in the deepest forests and jungles between the tropics. While they have only been significantly separated from Hearth Orlans for 1,000 years, a few genetic differences have appeared rapidly. most notably the lack of facial hair in the Hearth Orland branches, which Orlands are common in the deep reaches of Irglanfath. Unlike the Hearth Orland brethren, they are not often seen in Direwood, Reedceres, and Valayan republics. Are often subjected to a will attack. Okay. So I don't know if I'm actually playing as them. I don't think I am. So I feel like you're gonna have a party. I feel like I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong about that. I think it'd be good to be a godlike. When attack an enemy hit, their damage is increased. Damage reduction of fire, creatures hit with melee. That looks awesome. I'm gonna do that. Oh, and I can change. I'll do that, yeah. Okay. More reading. Okay. Here we go. Brutes, madmen, berserkers. Though city-dwelling people often use the term barbarian with a dose of disrespect, these rural warriors are respected by their communities for their ferocity and fearsome presence on the battlefield. Barbarians have a special, almost religious role in some cultures, but in many places, the undisciplined, fearless style of the barbarian is simply how warriors conduct themselves. Starting ability, Carnage. When barbarians hit with melee attacks, they automatically make reduced damage attacks. Okay. Athletic 2, +1 survival, endurance very high, health very high, accuracy very high. Okay. Oh, so these are the weapons, okay. Chanter. In every culture across Eora, there are chanters. Many historians consider chanters to be the most ancient workers of magic. Their hallowed phrases storing the collective memory of wayward souls around them, compelling them to generate magical effects in a kind of reenactment. In some societies, chanters form organized group of storytellers and researchers, but in most parts of the world, they are just in time honored part of the local folk tradition. Okay, chants. All chanters continuously speak chants made up of magical phrases. Phrases produce passive effects and help build a chanter's power until they use an invocation. Powerful magical effects, okay. Lore, mechanics, okay. Recent discovery in the Eastern Reach, ciphers were one called Brishwal Mine Hunters by the Glanfad. Ciphers have the ability to directly contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche, using an ally's or enemy's essence as the focus for their magic. Though most ciphers are still found in the Eastern Reach, practitioners of the techniques have spread throughout the known world. They are gaining acceptance over time, but are generally distrusted, especially by the uneducated. Ciphers can directly target allies and enemies with powerful soul-focused effects. These powers cost focus, which ciphers build through their own by the use of their soul whip. Stealth or mechanics high. Very high, okay. It seems like the barbarians are really good. Okay, sword and shield. Animists at heart. Druids tap into the spiritual power that flows through the simple living things of Eora. Plants, animals, and sometimes even living stone. While not necessarily religious, druids do have a reverence for the natural world, and a keen interest in understanding its mysteries. In most cultures, druids are understood as a sort of primal magician, but among the Glanfadans, Nastiki, and many rural cultures, they may have high positions of influence and authority. Spirit shift. All druids have mastered one animalistic form. These forms give the druid strong melee abilities and grant an additional power while the druid is shifted. Spells. Druids have access to a variety of offensive and some supportive-oriented spells. Every 2 levels, druids automatically gain access to an additional set of spells. Their spells can cast a limited number of times per cast. As druids gain power, their weaker spells eventually shift to per encounter use. High, low, high, high. Okay. Fighters form the front line of the disciplined armies across the Eastern Reach. Though they are most commonly found in cultures with an organized martial structure, fighters can also be encountered as wandering mercenaries, bodyguards, and other types of cell swords. The common element that unifies fighters is their heavy focus on endurance and melee defense. Okay, constant recovery. Fighters continually generate endurance and modest rate during combat. Okay, so fighter and barbarian seem pretty good. Monk. Hand to hand. Okay. Monks belong in a variety of fighting orders that have sprung up in Ixamiddle and the Eastern Reach over the past few centuries. While many monastic orders can trace their teachings to enduring founder Teletek, individual organizations vary greatly in their focus, morality, and ethics. Common folk respect the incredible discipline of monks, but see them as an odd, unpredictable bunch who may not be entirely sane. Even mercenaries and other adventurers aren't sure what to make of them. Okay, ability, Transcendent Suffering. When monks have no weapons, their unarmed attacks are exponentially powerful and continue to increase in damage as they gain levels. Wounds. As monks are damaged, their pain generates wounds. Wounds can be used to power up a special ability. Okay. Dang. So they're really good too. Okay. Paladins are martial zealots devoted to a god, a ruler, or even a way of life. They can be found in any culture where a fanatical group of like-minded individuals have formed a warrior society dedicated to advancing their cause. Among those aligned to the worldview, paladins are viewed with respect and admiration, a bit of fear. Many paladins hold leadership positions in armies and mercenary companies, but in the heat of battle, their fanaticism often overrules the chain of command and common sense. Fighting ability, faith and conviction. Paladins have an inherent bonus to all of their defenses. Over the course of the game, the value of the bonus may shift based on the reputations the paladins gain or relative behaviors that they are preferred to by his or her. Okay. Priests are devotees, of Eora's deities and practitioners of religious magic. While all priests dedicate themselves to a specific god, priest powers actually derive from their personal beliefs. In contrast to most paladins, priests tend to focus on physiology, teaching, and relationship of religious organizations with common folk. The reception of priests in any given part of the world depends largely on how their god is revered or reviled by the people who live in it. Starting with his holy radiance generates a modest amount of endurance for allies around the priest. Any enemy vessels caught in the area take burn damage and may be frightened. Over the course of the game, the power of that ability may focus based on the reputation of the priest gained and relative behaviors preferred by his or her deity. Priests have access to a variety of support and some offensive. Okay. Spells. Every 2 levels automatically gain to additional spells. Okay. So same as the, I believe it was the druid. Rangers are warriors of the woodlands and masters of the hunt. Always partnered with soul-bonded animal companions, they can be found in wild spaces all over the world, as their lifestyles often tend toward independence and isolation. It is rare for rangers to become an integral part of a large fighting force, though they are often employed as scouts and guides. Starting ability, Animal Companion. All rangers share a strong bond with an animal companion. The companion fights at the ranger's command and is extremely valuable for its ability to run interference. Animal companions don't do much damage, but they do have high damage reduction. The link between the ranger and companion is powerful. If If one goes down in battle, the other suffers as well. Okay. I mean, that's a good option too. Stealth and survival. 2 daggers. Rogues are vicious killers, feared for the brutality of their attacks. They can be found often in dark back alleys as the heart of the battlefield skirmishes. Though unpredictable and undisciplined, rogues are commonly used as shock troops, or as part of a surprise assault. Their withering attacks breaking enemies' ranks and morale. Rogues tend to congregate in large numbers in cities, when they can be steadily employed in mercenaries or hired muscle. Starting ability, Sneak Attack, applies bonus damage to the rogue's range and melee weapon attacks when the target has any of the following afflictions. Okay, it also applies to a target that rogue strikes with a weapon within the first 2 seconds of combat. Low endurance, average deflection. Okay. Whoa, we got a grimoire! And a wand. It's a massive wand. Okay. The masters of academic magic, wizards are students of the arcane traditions that stretch back beyond the boundaries of recorded history. Wizards are a highly organized group, often formed forming academies or guilds devoted to research and development in magical studies, and tend to favor environments where inquiry, experimentation, debate, and dissemination of knowledge are encouraged. Many accomplished wizards eventually become known for their eccentricity, their egos, and their unquenchable interest in all things arcane and occult. Mid-range attack that hits small area for raw damage and can leave targets dazed. Spells. That is a big thing for spells. Gosh. Wizards have access to a variety of offensive and personal defensive spells. Unlike priests and druids, wizards learn individual spells that they can store in and cast directly from their grimoires. Grimoires can hold 4 spells of each spell level, which motivates wizards to keep multiple grimoires for different needs. Every 2 levels, wizards gain an additional set of spells. However, they can automatically learn 1 spell of any level that can access each time they advance. Wizards can have the option of learning spells from grimoires they find or buy. Initially, their spells can be cast a limited number of times per rest. As wizards gain power, their weaker spells eventually shift to better encounters. Okay. So as a death god, or a death, I feel like he'd want to be in the action, causing as much death as possible straight in their face. So we're going to go with Barbarian. Because in Avowed, I was Fighter Wizard. Okay, lets out a terrifying yell. Enemies in the area. Speed. Frightened. Okay. Sends a barbarian into a frenzy state, granting a might constitution attack speed bonus, causing a deflection penalty against incoming attacks. If active, his or her endurance and health are concealed. We'll do frenzy. Recommended intellect, okay? Okay, we'll get all those to 11, and these can be 9. There we go. Oh my gosh, why is there so much reading? Okay. So this is our culture. The Adir Empire is currently the largest and most powerful force in this part of the world. It is centered around the equator and has a tropical climate. Though the Empire has colonies in numerous areas in the world, Greater Adir is at its heart a house to the majority of the human and elven nations. Okay. the Deadfire Archipelago, consisting of the nation of Nasitak, dozens of uh, Amau settlements, and hundreds of lawless, pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern sea. Deadfire is home to boreal dwarves, Amau, and a mixed variety of other races. Deadfire Archipelago is the last stop for anyone headed east. A multitude of monstrous sea creatures infest the ocean beyond, making travel virtually impossible. So I already know I don't want to do either of these, because this is the main factions in Avowed. You were Adiran, and there's a lot of talk about the Deadfire, so I'm not going to do that. Located in the northeastern of... Oh, it changes the armor? Located on the northeast of Irglanfin, the Examital Plains are the large expanse of fertile savannas that are extensively farmed by human and Orlan residents. The Examital culture is one of the oldest in the world, though one of the least imperialistic, having spread out little over the past several thousand years. Once the crown jewel of the southern seas, Old Valia is now the crumbled remnants of an empire of warring merchant nations. Counting many humans and dwarves among their ranks, the Old Valian countries are still forces to be reckoned with and are proud of their rich cultural heritage. Rauatai. Dominated by the Amau nation of Rauatai, the Gulf itself is the host of a number of nations, most of them Amau, Orlan, and Dwarven. Though these countries are relatively young, they are some of the most advanced colonial settlements in the East. The Gulf is a land of riches and resources for those who can take them, though the entire coast is often pummeled by violent storms. So Kai was from Rauatai. Fought. Oh, the Living Lands is already a thing. The Living Lands is a mountainous region of large northern island renowned for its diversity of plant and animal life. Its weather is unpredictable and its ecosystems vary dramatically from valley to valley. The Living Lands are home to an assortment of races and a variety of colonial and independent settlements. The White and the Wends. A large cracked southern expanse of polar ice, and the White of the Wends home is the Pale Elves and small colonies of daring explorers, outcasts, and adventurers. While virtually no plant life grows in the White, it is home to many hardy species and dangerous animals that forage from the sea or prey upon each other to survive. I think it would be cool to come from the Living Lands to the okay. So that's my background. Colonists, you are part of a group that founded a fledgling colony in a distant land. Explorer. You find the siren call on the horizon irresistible. You cannot help but wonder what lies beyond the next hill or wave, and you've built your life around finding it. Your life has been spent in the study of your craft. You trained and prepared, hoping to hone your skills and ply your trade. Merchant, you traded goods from all over the world, pairing items with buyers of all kinds. You never quite fit in no matter where you go. Each new town is just a place to rest briefly before moving on to the next. You are more comfortable on the road, traveling the world. You live in the thrill of the chase, whether for glory or for sustenance. You have made your living taking the lives of wild creatures. Blade and battle is your way of life. You solve your problems by pulling out your weapon and applying force. The rules that govern the world are set of alchemical formulae to you, waiting to be discovered and manipulated. Okay. Since I am a death godlike and a barbarian, I'm gonna go with mercenary. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm going with that. Okay. Huh. That's Yaxley. I was gonna say those are the same people. Those are the same people too. That's cool. Okay, so that's godlike moon, moon. That's cool. Fire, fire. Oh my gosh. See, all that looks like Conan the Barbarian, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Those look cool. I'm gonna do a portrait of me. Oh my gosh, these people look awesome. Okay, now voice.
Yeah?
Now I am the leader of the group.
I'll teach you a lesson!
They won't see me coming.
I'm here. Follow me.
Let's go!
Time to see and not be seen.
That sounds like a very familiar voice.
I'll lead the way. Charge!
Silence surrounds me.
Yeah? Follow me.
Yeah! Well, I've got this.
You're mine!
Easy now.
I shall lead us.
No voice, no. I want to be.
What is it?
Let's go. Keeping quiet.
Leading the way. Onward!
Steady does it. Yeah.
Keeping an eye out.
No, I'm gonna do that. Next. Okay, so a name. Something that screams death. S. Slinthor. I don't know. Slinthor. Yeah. Except you have unused attribute points for your character. Oh. Oh my gosh, I have 15. What was I thinking? Okay. Perfect. That works for me. Slinthor. Dang it. Maybe I should do a last name too. Slinthor. Macabre. How do you spell macabre? I think that's how you spell macabre. Yes. Macabre. Perfect. Accept. Bring it on. 40 minutes in. Journey to Gilded Vale. I already know it's a completely different game than the other place. Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his brushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as for his...
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks you
Touch
over.
of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Okay.
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world.
Does that mean I'm
believe the
Voodicus?
stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
You scan the armor-clad woman. Spent the journey's night sleeping in an uneven ground without a blanket
Kalisha.
pillow.
Kalisha! He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Okay, so is this gonna be like, tapping.
Anyone need supplies? I've
So
got
is this gonna be
sundries
like
for sale.
Monster Hunter? I don't have.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
So this might be like, what's it called? Dragon Age. Combat has used pausable real-time system because you will often manage more than one character at a time. It's a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and resume real-time. Okay, all characters in the game have 4 primary defenses: reflection, reflection, will, accuracy. Okay.
This is it.
That's not too bad. Look, you've seen your share of action. Yeah, how's this supposed to come here? Just good at anything else, Laura rejects offer, makes the girl think. I'll give him that. Settle like, My sister moved out here. Oh, there's gonna be so much reading. I don't know if I want to do that.
We shouldn't stray too far.
Was there more stuff down here? There might have been. General radial map. There's nothing to find. Okay, can't swim. Fair enough. I feel like this might, yeah. This might have been a computer game.
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
You gain an item, quest full water skin as attack. Spareful, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight, he no longer carries his bow. And there's a strangeness at his gait, his stride wobbly and moves toward you with labored breath.
Are you alright?
So catches on a rock and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders. Uh-oh.
Ambush!
Press combat, it gives you access to select the character's abilities. Oh my gosh. I just want you to know, I suck. I might have to do the lower the difficulty. I'm not really used to doing this, but I'm sure I'll learn. I don't know if you can lower the difficulty. Okay, you heal after. Please target enemies. You missed? Why are you missing so much? Interrupt them, be quick. Oh my gosh, they killed everybody. Your character shows attributes, okay. Inventory. No, this is better. So she's using 2. And then he's currently using it. Okay. Oh, all around you lie, you massacred remains by the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts. Displayed bug-eyed filthy. Alyssa puts the back of her hand to her mouth. Ugh. Tassel with knots holds a wet blade at the neck of a man you recognize who in the last one of the character. Carry no weight when you see the truth in their eyes. So say again, lay down your arms. This man considers this looking up and down. Yeah. Ugh. Towards you as he does this, the man rakes his blade against the torso, screams and stumbles forward. Okay. Stop attacking him. Good. Ugh. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companion is now silent amongst the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing. Forgive us. At this point, the man's eyes rolls back. Good, good, good. The gods are just. I'm ready. As your skin and it pierces, feels you rending. Seated against the wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom slashes across chest and bow, Edema's body stirs, and with great effort he raises a sagging head, his eyes barely open.
Get inside!
At you.
Run!
Straining against the gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worm's folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With the last blast, a burst of energy, before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hyoden trails behind you, slowed by injury and delayed by the hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers who had been feigning death lunges at Hyoden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restraining, Hyoden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, who struggles to break his hold. They are close to you, despite the wind from your position. If you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. Your aim is true and hits Jorhoden loose, lurching to his feet. Hyoden clambers up at the base of the rocks as he nears the top. However, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But dividing out into the hard rock, you manage to catch a hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull the waning strength as it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hyoden to set his feet and join on the trembling ledge. There is deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it should shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces and old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances as you dart beneath the old archway. The entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Oh my gosh.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Can you walk?
Yes. Okay. What am I doing? Okay, so he's using daggers. Okay.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
Windstorm. Hut dwellers. Things of Gallowayne.
Could we maybe stay here and rest a few hours? I've lost some blood. It seems quiet off to the left. Might be a place to rest there.
I hate to say this, but we can't afford to stay put. Those Glonfaldens were riled about something. Could be we got company in here. Looters will be armed and ready to kill, and there's probably a lot of them. We can't be caught sleeping in their beds.
Please, I just need to lie down for a while. Then we can move as fast as you want.
Maybe you didn't hear me. We are gonna die in here if we don't get moving and get this place figured out before the looters come back. We've either gotta find the exit or a damn good place to hide. This will be the end of us. No offense, but there's people out there I'd much rather die for.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, I definitely think he needs to rest. Okay. Camping supplies? Where are the camping supplies? Oh yeah, I can't put... I could put a helmet on. I forgot. I don't have any weapon. Interesting. I thought I had two swords. Unless they broke. They definitely could have easily broke. They're added to your supply count. Choose a camping bonus. Rest. Did it just say Khaleesi died? Stretches as he wakes, gingerly probing the gash across his stomach. The flesh has begun to knit together.
By the gods, that's better. I think I'm ready to find a way out. Damn her. She took all our water.
How do I look at that?
I'll be quiet.
They won't see me coming. A blade in the dark.
I don't know what's happening. Oh. Okay. I'm going to end it here while I figure out how to, look at this menu, because I'm pretty sure it says she died. Okay, move orders into interact outside of combat. Pan camera. Toggle scouting. Journal. Combat log. Well, I guess she didn't die. But okay, so thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider following. If you want to see more, please let me know. But in the meantime, go to my YouTube channel, Street Zombo, where you can. I think I'll play a little more of this and see if I actually enjoy it, because I haven't really done much. But go to my YouTube channel, you can see the rest of this or more of this and anything else I play. If you don't see anything you like, please consider commenting or private messaging for something you want to see, and I'll get to those games as soon as possible. So once again, thank you very much. Hope you have a wonderful evening. If I don't see you again, thank you and good night.